Yo, what up, people? It's your boy Ronnie.
It's your boy Dave.
And yeah, we're back with a new vid. But this vid's gonna be a bit different. We're gonna be talking about some themes from short stories that we read and seeing if they can help you in life. So yeah.
Shout out to our teacher, Miss Radcliffe. This one's for you.
Yeah, let's try to get this vid to 50,000 likes at least. But yeah, other than that, let's jump straight into it.
Hop on.
Yeah, so the first story we got is called The Demon Lover. The Demon Lover, quick recap of The Demon Lover. It's basically a story where a woman returns to her old house to gather some belongings for her new life. But when she enters the house, she sees a letter on the hallway table that reminds her of a promise she made to her fiancé about meeting her on that day. Sadly, her fiancé passed away, and while she's collecting her things in the house, she is constantly reminded of that promise and is haunted by the memories of her and her fiancé. After she gathers her belongings, she goes outside and takes a taxi back to wherever she came from, and she finds out that the taxi is taken over by supernatural powers. A theme from this story is that there are always consequences to your actions, no matter
So
what.
now we're doing the ones who walk away from Amelis. The ones who walk away from Amelis is basically about a city where people live in harmony and peace, but that's not entirely true. It's about like a little kid being tortured that's locked away, living on his own waste, or its own waste, because we don't really know if it's a boy or a girl. The child is made to represent what will happen if a citizen does something bad in the city, or just so that will be their consequence. Once the people realize what happens to the kid and how he's being tortured and all this, they all just walk away and to never return. So the theme is basically don't judge anything by its appearance, because the Amelis was not perfect as it was set supposed to look like. So now we
Alright.
go to
The Mask of the Red Death is up next. The Mask of the Red Death is basically about a disease that goes around, and the wealthy people from a certain town are taken away from this disease and are secured in a castle, and they all celebrate because they're not exposed to the disease, and they think they're not going to die. But in the end, they all end up dying because there is a black room in this certain castle that has a man or some type of figure that ends up killing all of the wealthy people. A theme for this short story is death is inevitable. You cannot escape it no matter what. And that was showed when even though they were not exposed to the disease, they still died.
So now we're doing the bet. The bet is basically about a banker and a lawyer, and they're having an argument about what's better, the death penalty or life imprisonment if you do something bad. And so they set a wager. The banker says if you can go to a jail, but he doesn't really go to a jail. He goes to some cabin and just locks himself away, and for 15 years. If you can go for 15 years in there, the banker will give the lawyer $2 million, and that was a lot of money back then. So they write all this stuff down, and then they get the thing, they understand what's the wager, and so the lawyer is just, he's in the jail cell, basically like a cabin jail cell, but he's allowed to have whatever kind of food he wants. He just can't talk to anybody. He can't leave this jail cell. The banker buys him books. So the lawyer gets all these books and just starts reading for days and days and days. And he learns to really, he gets really wise and has all of it, is full of wisdom. And so he stays in there for 14 years and 364 days, and the banker was planning to kill the lawyer just in case, and then he realized that that's not a good plan and stuff like that, and the lawyer said that he was just not, he didn't even need the $2 million. So for the theme is, you only have one life, so do not waste your time on immature things. That's basically true, because the lawyer wasted his life, and it wasn't really smart for him to do that, because it's going to be hard for him to get a job now because he has no qualification for anything, and he wasted 15 years of his life, and he didn't even get the $2 million.
Okay, moving on to a short story called Skin. Skin is about a man and an artist. The artist was not very confident in his work in the beginning, but the man was very confident in the work of the artist. The man had a wife that he loved very much. He loved his wife so much that he told the artist to give him a tattoo of his wife's face on the man's back. Later on in the story, the artist becomes really famous, and a group of men are looking for some of the artist, some of his art. And the man mentions that he got a tattoo from this artist. The men immediately start offering the man prices for this piece of art, even though it's on the man's skin. A theme that I picked up from this story that could help people in life is that if you love something, you got to hold on to it. And this theme is showed in the story when the man gets a tattoo of his wife on his back.
So next on our list is The Hunger Artist. The Hunger Artist is basically about a man who gets a lot of attention because he fasts in a locked cage. At first, everyone gave him a lot of attention, but after a period of time, no one really cared. No one really wanted to see it. They were just not showing an interest of it anymore. So he quit fasting and he joined a circus, which is pretty weird. But he joined a circus, and he later got some attention, but he always wanted attention. He never got the attention that he deserved or that he wanted. So he ended up dying, and he was replaced by a panther. So the theme of this story is, don't waste your time trying to impress people. If he didn't try to impress everyone or get attention from everyone, he would have lived a normal, a good life.
Okay, and last but certainly not least is The Sniper. The Sniper is a short story that is about two snipers on opposite sides of a street. The main character gets shot in the arm by the other sniper and is stunned. So he has to find a way to get off of the roof that he was on. The main character then tricks the other sniper into thinking that his head was exposed, which made the other sniper stand. The main character had a clean shot at the other sniper because he stood, and he killed him. After examining the body, the main character realizes that he killed his own brother. And here is your boy Dave with the theme.
So the theme is, getting caught in the heat of the moment can cause permanent destruction. And that basically means that when the sniper shot at the other sniper, they were in the heat of the moment, or they were just in the moment, serious, a serious moment. And when after the sniper killed his brother, it caused eternal and just horrible, it was awful, and it probably affected him for the rest of his life, because he killed his brother. So,
and yeah, that is the themes from all of our short stories that could probably help you in life. If you enjoyed this vid, make sure you leave a thumbs up and comment below what you think we should do better. And yeah.
And thanks to Ms. Radcliffe for giving us this wonderful project.